King Charles portrait looks like Satan.
Yep.
That is the latest in the world of royal news that we care about today, other than Harry and Meghan's delinquency with their charity is now, they're no longer in arrears. They've been paid up in full.
Yeah, King Charles maybe should have, I don't know, focused on a more uplifting, happy theme for his latest portrait. Because while it's a very technically, and probably in any other world, absolutely beautiful portrait.
It does look very cartoonishly devilish.
Giving heat miser vibes.
Totally. And it looks like he has a little devil's tail, which is really just it's a little butterfly on his shoulder. So, I don't know. You guys, I think maybe they were just throwing some shade, or the artist maybe could have been throwing some shade. Do we know?
I don't think so.
Feels?
I mean, if you look at his other portraits, paintings, it's pretty on brand.
Yeah.
The
true.
red, though, did throw me a bit, but
yeah.
I mean, again, it looks like he's in the middle of a house fire.
It truly does.
Which, technically speaking,
maybe.
kind of
is. True. All right, Mike, do you have any blind items for us today?
I do got some blind items for you. Let's get it started. Doing some blind items today. We'll begin with this one. This B-list reality star is back with her on-again, off-again significant other, who is the offspring of an A-plus lister. Their demise has always been exaggerated. It's just a storyline for the next season.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
When you say season and you talk reality stars, it always seems like maybe it's Kardashian-ish.
Seems like it.
But it's not.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, well, who else has got a season that they need to...
B-list reality star is back with her on-again, off-again significant other, who is the offspring of an A-plus lister. Their demise has always been exaggerated. It's just a storyline for next season.
Let's see, for next season.
It's not... Is it a Real Housewife? Dawn?
Oh, gosh. Well, yeah.
Come on now. This is your territory.
Yeah. Oh, this is Kyle Richards and Mauricio.
Nope.
No, everyone knows.
This B-list reality star is back with her on-again, off-again significant other, who is the offspring of an A-plus lister. So the significant other of the B-list reality star is the offspring of an A-plus lister.
You had me until the... significant other, because I was immediately thinking of Kim Zolciak. Because didn't she make a brief appearance?
Oh, sure.
Sure.
But on again, off again is not.
Is this Beverly Hills?
It is not.
Okay. All right. I can just remove that from my mind. That's the one I watch the most.
Okay.
Is it New York?
Nope.
Atlanta?
Nope.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Potomac?
Nope.
Idaho?
You're in the right part of the country, though. Keep going
Orange
south.
County?
Nope. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Here we go. Let me just make sure.
Where are we?
Oh, no. Yeah,
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
To quote Matthew McConaughey.
Sorry, I saw a quote and I thought it was, I believe this is southeast.
Oh, Chattanooga.
Southeast would be Atlanta.
Even further southeast.
Okay.
Oh. Miami?
Yes, Miami. This is Alexia. No.
This is someone I don't know, because this is not a...
Well, think about A-list
I know.
offspring.
Oh. Baron von Trump.
That is a great guess, but no, there is not a housewife that's been on again, off again with Baron Trump. But we do have an offspring of an A-list, or an A-plus lister. So maybe try figuring out the A-plus lister,
Madonna's
perhaps.
Kid?
Nope.
Is it somebody who's...
Is this... Oh.
She got it.
Larissa? No.
You're very close.
Yeah.
So you know it.
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife dates Michael Jordan's son.
You got there.
There
Okay.
you go.
We don't have any of the names, but it's okay. You got close enough for me. It is Larsa Pippen.
Larsa.
Oh, Larsa Pippen.
Flashing some diamonds on that particular finger when they're out hanging in a Beverly Hills restaurant with Marcus Jordan. Of course, these two have broken up and got back together as many times as Machine Gun Kelly and
shockingly,
Megan Fox.
You're saying this might just be for the next season.
The blind items are saying, yeah, this is definitely just for this season, next season of the show.
All right.
Weird.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah. I know that Michael Jordan isn't too happy about this relationship.
Does he call you and tell you these things?
He doesn't, but think about it. Like, okay, so, yeah. So it's like she was one of the wives of his friend that they hung out with back in the day, and then divorces his friend and then starts dating his son.
Yeah.
So he already had probably not so great feelings about her, and then she's like, I'm going to go ahead and just date your son.
Plus, as we heard in the blind items, she knows all the stories and all the dirt on him, and now that person is dating your son. Charles Barkley, also not a fan of this. He has been slammed many times, calling this just a messy relationship and a terrible situation.
Is this going to be on MILF Manor season 2?
Oh my God, I haven't watched that yet,
Marcus
but
and
it's
Michael.
Clearly, oh my gosh, I have to add that to the list. I almost forgot about MILF Manor.
For those who don't remember, if the trailer was accurate and I read it correctly,
so excited.
It's not just going to be moms and sons this time. It's going to be moms and then sons and fathers.
Fathers and daughters.
All going after the same
No
moms.
daughters.
And no daughters.
It's the dads
the daughters
and their sons.
were in the last season because remember the daughters came on. You told me this.
Yeah, well, for little visits. And
Don't you think though they're going to work in some freaky thing like? And then the daughters came in to visit, and then the dads were like, "Oh, look at the daughters."
Yeah,
and they're like, "Well, a bonus round if you guys can."
Yeah, if you just like the younger version of her, here they are.
If you get like, let's imagine you have an ex-wife and an ex-husband, and their kids. One has a daughter and one has a son. I'm trying to do how that would work.
This is some real weird. This is turning into
Flopsies.
Like porno.
Well, if you want to enjoy said show, head to the Learning Channel.
Right.
Because that's where you can find season 2
Oh, Mike,
of
but
MILF
wait,
Manor.
there's more.
Yeah.
Then go over to the History Channel and learn about aliens.
Yes.
And pawn shops.
Thank you, Discovery.
Yes. So good. Let's go ahead and do another one. Here's rolling through the blind items today. No matter what city she's in, this A-list celebrity loves looking at places to live. She likes all the attention and people fawning over her, but all it really does is just convince everyone that she is indeed getting divorced sooner rather than later.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's a lie.
Bradley, you know this one.
Well, you do too. It's Jennifer Lopez because she's hot on the real estate train. At least that's what the tabloids would have you believe because she was seen out with a bestie looking at property. Sans Senor Affleck.
And I will just say,
we've been 3 languages in that sentence.
We've been talking about in the blinds quite some time about their relationship, where they sit, the fact that he might be over some things, she might be over some things. She's, they're maybe not in the best place. There's now kind of not just tabloid sources going with the fact that they might not only be split up, that they might be heading for divorce.
Okay, so I would be fine with there's trouble in paradise.
Yeah.
I am having a really hard time with the idea that they would ever publicly go in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
At least for the next 5 years. I feel like there's a contract, and it's like, even if you're miserable.
There's a contract.
Well, I mean,
She probably worked it into the prenup.
Yeah, I'm just saying that like there's bonus points for making it, and those are actually pretty common in prenups,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Like if you stay married to me for a year, you get this much money.
I'm just saying like the PR, because remember these two imploded the first time around and then they blamed us for it. They said, which I guess now I'm making my own
it's full
counter
circle.
argument because I guess they could do the same thing again, Mike. To your point, if they are facing divorce, they could just blame us again.
Are you telling me that In Touch Weekly is not a reputable source?
In touch.
I mean,
we'll be in touch.
Because Yahoo's running with that story that they're headed for a divorce, and there's lots of other outlets
thanks
right now
to In Touch
that are talking about the fact that a divorce is on the way between these two. I have no idea. We'll see, but I do look forward to all 4 of their divorces because if you get married 4 times,
if you get married 4 times, you have to have 4 divorces.
Exactly.
So
well,
right.
And no offense, but if Brad and Angelina are any indication, it's going to be a while before the final paperwork is signed.
Everybody needs to drink some of that Miraval wine Just calm down.
Miralax. I'm like, is somebody constipated?
That's the next move for Angelina. She's going to put some Miralax in her Miraval.
I ain't buying any of that stuff.
No,
I mean,
but I bet it's
I'm
going for
sober,
a high price now.
But yeah,
because it might go bye-bye completely.
Sense.
So get yourself a bottle of Miraval.
Let's do another one. Here's rolling through the blind items today. You guys got that one quick and easy. Nicely done. If you've watched the last few months, it's pretty clear that someone got into the ear of this A-list host. They are less interested in the show and will be leaving soon for an acting role. So it sounds like an A-list
person.
What's that?
Must be a small person.
Why is that?
Like height-wise or?
Well, because you said they got in the ear of somebody.
Yeah, there you go. But they'd have to be a really big person.
Ant-Man. Paul Rudd.
It's Paul Rudd. If you've watched the last few months, it's clear that someone got into the ear of this A-list host, and maybe they're not in love with what they were told. They are less interested in the show and will be leaving soon for an acting role.
This is juicy. It's not Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It is not Ryan Seacrest.
Okay.
A host.
An A-list host.
A-list Kelly Clarkson.
But, okay, A-list host of a daytime reality or daytime talk show?
Is it a group setting? Okay, so it's not The View.
Daytime talk show. Who would leave for acting? Is this a new gig?
Sherry Shepherd? Jennifer Hudson? Not
Keep
Ellen DeGeneres, because she's not a host anymore.
I am so out of touch when it comes to daytime television.
Me.
Judge Judy?
Somebody one of us have strong feelings about this individual.
Oh, God.
Do I hate her?
Yes.
I
Drew
hate
Barrymore.
her. Oh, I don't hate Drew Barrymore.
You do. Just own it.
At first, I didn't think she was a great talk show host.
At first, what? You've since said she is?
I think she's gotten better for sure.
Well, that's
Drew Barrymore says bye.
That's kind of what the blind item is implying, is that if you've watched the show, which I don't think any of us have watched Drew Barrymore for the past few months, it sounds like somebody got into her ear and maybe she's acting a little more hosty and a little less Drew Barrymore-y. And according to the blind item, she doesn't love that and doesn't love being micromanaged like that and is going to be leaving the show soon for a new acting role.
I think this is totally believable. And also, I wish her all the best, whatever she decides to do, because she is an amazing human. However, what I will say is that the reason it rings true to me is because she has been through a bunch in the last year, mostly self-inflicted when it comes to her role as a talk show host. She got raked over the coals during the actors and writers strike.
Yeah.
And she just, I can imagine that then caused a bunch of people to say like, oh, we need to get in there and fix the problem. And that probably is making her do and say things that she doesn't feel like she should be doing and saying. So she's like second guessing herself. I'm projecting big time right now.
No,
I can see though that somebody gets in your ear and tells you these things and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. I mean, if she's really passionate about being a talk show host, then she would take the advice and just do it. So,
or not, and just say, screw you, I'm going to do what I do.
More into just being herself and being true to herself, I'd leave too. You know, if that was like, I don't need this show, I'm Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. Or if she just doesn't want to, like if she feels like she's got a bad taste in her mouth after all the stuff that happened and she just wants to try something new, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Good luck to her.
Best of luck to her. You guys want to do another blind item?
Yeah.
No? Well, okay. Well, that's it. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait.
Kidding.
Oh, okay. We're going to keep going.
Of course.
Let's do another one here.
For a few more minutes anyway.
Rolling through the blind items, we'll move on to this one. If you think what the permanent A-list director did to women on the set of his most recent movie, and you thought that was bad, you should hear about what happened on the set of the movie from nearly 50 years ago.
Is this a George Miller Furiosa story?
It is not.
Okay.
So
There
permanent
are lots of
A-list
stories about that, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I have opinions,
Okay, so-
but this is not the time. Permanent A-list
director. If you think what this permanent A-list director did to women on the set of his most recent movie was bad, you should hear about what happened on the set of the movie from nearly 50 years ago.
I haven't heard anything about this director, but the only director that I'm thinking of right now is someone. Megalopolis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scorsese.
Yeah. No.
Oh, that's not Scorsese's
That's why
movie?
I keep having a hard time remembering. It's like one
Francis
of those.
Ford Coppola?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes.
And the movie from 50 years ago, I'm assuming, was Apocalypse Now, but I don't know. There you go. We're going to go through this. If you haven't heard the stories yet, we'll start with the blind item. Apparently, if you think what Francis Ford Coppola did to women on the set of his most recent movie and you thought that was bad, you should hear what he did on the set of a movie 50 years ago. Again, it's a blind item. I don't know. But have you guys seen that those headlines at all?
No.
Apparently, there was a moment where and there's been back and forth on this, but I guess in one of the scenes, there was supposed to be like the Studio 54 vibe going on, and to get the actors in the right state of mind or the right mood, he walked around and hugged and kissed a bunch of the extras, and it just sounds
creeped everyone out.
Really creepy and odd. There was also stories about this movie where he would. Oh man, the stories went on and on. Like, I think
Continue.
The one report I saw, and again, this is the blind item segment, so I'll go with just secondhand knowledge or secondhand stories off of X.
There's nothing truth in here. It's
well,
fine.
I don't know for that. There might be, but according to one of these other sources, he would come out, they'd start shooting, and then he'd get frustrated, and he'd go in his camper and smoke weed for like 4 or 5 hours, and then come back out and then reshoot.
Also, this is totally believable because everything I've heard about this film is that he invested over $150 million or 100 and some odd million dollars of his own money.
Yeah.
It seemed to be like just crazy at the preview. What's fascinating though, and what I am so curious to see is that now there are all these stories bubbling out there about how this might be the best work of his career yet.
Oh yeah.
And they're all well timed for the premiere at Cannes. And I'm like, I feel like they're seeding the
lawn.
Exactly, to sort of create this image, because the direct feedback that I heard on a podcast from people who were in that preview was, WTF is this movie?
Yeah.
Like,
There's
it
an
made
actor
no
that
sense.
speaks to the screen.
Yeah, like they literally had an actor show up in the theater and talk to the screen.
Yeah.
As if it was part of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if
cut that part out for those of us who see it in a theater.
A coordinated effort on the part of people around this film to get it, to get people thinking, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. This is going to be amazing.
I don't know about you, but to get me in a Studio 54 mood, having an old man kiss me and hug me isn't going to do it.
No, I feel like you need a horse and some cocaine.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say that he actually slipped him some jimmies.
Oh, sure.
Jimmies? You mean the things you put on cupcakes?
Are those called jimmies?
Yeah, they are little jimmies.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
What about slip him a Mickey?
I'm like,
what is that?
Is that a euphemism? Because I ain't heard that one yet. I just like those on my cupcakes. Slip him some jimmies.
I think slip somebody a Mickey applies. Maybe it's kind of. Maybe it's like a bad thing, like they go night night.
Yeah,
I don't know. Slip you.
I'm gonna stop digging.
Never mind with the Mickey or the Jimmy.
Other reports, crew members told The Guardian that he would often show up in the mornings for these big sequences with no plan in place, and they would just start trying to work on it. He said multiple times he did not want to make a Marvel movie, and he hates the whole concept of Marvel movies.
Yeah,
but
totally.
They ended up doing almost everything on a green screen, just like a Marvel movie would have been done, because he couldn't find a way to make it work.
To make the Megalopolis.
This is according to unnamed sources that were a part of it. He also, the script has been rewritten reportedly over 300 times.
Yeah.
That means it wasn't good.
So,
to begin with.
But see, the narrative that they're going to sell you is that this means it is going to be the most, like you're going to hear all these superlatives.
Refined.
Yeah. Like this is the most transformative work because it is the most unintelligible work. It's meant to be genius within its ignorance.
Yeah. Thought-provoking and mind-numbing
at the same time. You can just hear the old white man talking now.
Oh,
we'll have to find out how many minutes the standing ovation was. If it's under 5, this is going to be a train wreck.
That's
if it's
right.
above 8,
what they don't
the
tell you
is
that there's a spike
7.
that shoots up through their seat and doesn't retreat for 8 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So you can't sit down until the spike goes.
I do feel like we had blind items about this movie like months ago about having to get it in can just to make anybody feel. Yeah, we talked about this months ago on this show.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
This and the other old man with lots on the line in terms of his reputation.
Kevin Costner. Yeah. All right, let's do another.
By the way, I've seen headlines about that one being
the greatest movie of all time as well.
Oh, wow. Somebody's paying somebody.
working hard.
Well, if you spend over $100 million on a project, you probably got a couple million to throw at somebody who's going to give you some.
For the record,
PR.
I'm never spending $100 million of my own money on anything.
I just hope to have that much.
I was going to say, how cool would it be to be able to do that?
whatever I want with it.
All right, let's do another one here. The tune changed so quickly for this A-list singer and host because of money. It was also no accident that she made it very clear that she did not use what everybody else thinks she did. That's because she assigned a deal to endorse one of the brand's new competitors to the big name, or one of the competitors to the big name brand.
Okay.
This should be pretty clear.
Is it Kelly Clarkson?
There you go.
Ozempic.
According to the blind items, we are going to be hearing very soon.
McGovern. Mount Jaro.
Mount Kilimanjaro?
Mount Jaro.
That's, we don't know exactly what the other side of it is, but she made it very clear in this interview recently with Whoopi Goldberg that kind of went viral about how she lost her weight. She said that, and she changed her tune so quickly, saying she did use some sort of a weight loss drug, and she's, according to the blind item, signed a deal with a competitor of Wegovy and Ozempic, and we're going to be seeing an ad campaign pretty soon from Kelly Clarkson.
Shocking.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood being Hollywood. I don't, who cares? I'm sorry. I know, we're supposed to care, but when it comes to that, I would not be surprised at all if that was the case. And I don't think there's anything nefarious about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Other than the fact that we're kind of going back to a less body positivity thing in Hollywood instead of oh my God, we all really do want to be skinny. I think normal everyday women were kind of encouraged by the fact that the body positivity movement, and now it's I don't know.
The lie is it's not about losing weight, Dawn. It's about being healthy.
Oh,
that's the narrative, or at least that's the narrative that they'll tell you is it's not about losing weight, it's about being healthy. And if you have your own vain reasons for wanting to do a thing, that's a human condition. Sure. It's the advertising and the trying to convince people that it's different. That's the problem, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's gonna continue to evolve. You know what I mean? The thoughts we had about Ozempic a year ago are different than what we have now. And I think that with more access to information or more choices out there, it's gonna change how we feel, I think. I don't know.
Well, and people will always do things for the wrong reasons. I mean, you can't stop people from doing that. If they take it because they want to lose weight.
I just love how happy everybody looks when they have lost weight. I'm they're super happy, So, I don't know. It's a tough conversation that will continue to change, I think.
We hope.
Well, the conversation is changing because we are done for today.
What?
Did the two of you learn
Already?
anything? Yeah, I know.
How did that happen?
It went quick today. Did you guys learn anything today?
Absolutely not.
Okay. That's what I try to make sure you leave here with.
I mean, are you trying to make us smarter?
Yeah.
It's not working.
I'm sorry.
We learned that
I feel dumb. No,
you better pay your bills on time, or everyone will chastise you for letting go of your foundation.
There you go.
That's Harry and Meghan.
Also, wear foundation.
Oh yeah,
I need to do that more
with sunscreen.
Yes, preferably with a mineral sunscreen because that really protects the skin.
Okay. And this has now been sponsored by. No.
Well, if you're out there, Dermastore or Derm Store, they have good deals. Dermstore.com. No, they did not endorse.
Wow.
Nothing. They advertise zero on this podcast. But if you would like to, advertise on this podcast, let us know because we are wide open in the DMs, kids. We are on the YouTube, by the way. You can watch all this craziness unfold. Just head over to Blinded by the Item. Like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about it. And don't forget, we also are an audio podcast. So you can download that wherever you get your podcasts. And, of course, we're on the radio, too, on My Talk 1071. We'll be back tomorrow with more
Blinded by the Item.
Bye.
Blinded by the Item.